this is the 15-mile creek just on the outskirts of Wang, and I'm going to put a couple of yabby nets in here and see how I go. Hey you! You're watching Robbie Fishing. Now these are the yabby nets that I'm using. They're homemade traps, yabby traps. Now usually when I use these I get one or two comments telling me that they're illegal, so I'll tell you right now that they're not. They are within the size and the specifications. They are good to go, and I did check with fisheries before I made them to get the all clear. As long as they're within the specifications which can be found on the Victorian Fisheries app or website, they're good to go. Anyway, I'm a bit disappointed because where I am here now, this used to be really deep. There was a big deep hole. There was a swimming hole here. You can even see the old rope swing in the tree over there where people used to swing out and swim. But now it's all full of sand and silt. But I have caught redfin upstream, yabbies upstream of here recently. So what I'm going to do is put a couple of yabby nets in. I might put one in over there. It looks like there's a bit of a drop off into a bit of a deep gully over there. And I might put the other one in down here in front of these blackberries where it just looks a little bit deeper. I'm not sure how this is going to go yabbying in fast water like this, but anyway. The net's just going to roll downstream in the current. That's not going to work. I better try and find a different way or a different place. I might need to deliberately get this snagged in those roots over there. See how that goes. See if that works. This is a disaster from the start, this. That might be okay there. It's sort of sitting out of the current there. And I'll wrap my float around over here. Now the first net was a bit of a disaster. The second net, I'm just going to throw that in here. See how that goes. That's out of the current there at least. The water's actually really nice. I've got no idea how I'm going to go, but I'm not expecting to catch too much here. Anyway, I'll go and get my gumboots and trundle off and come back later on. Right, I'm coming back to check these nets. It is currently 9:15 at night. So they've been in for about 5 hours. Oh, so many bugs. So many bugs and not so many yabbies. I'll leave it in. Check it tomorrow. I haven't got a very good feeling about this. And that's why I don't think I'm going to do any good here. Anyway, I'll leave them in tonight and I'll check them again in the morning. Right, now it's the morning after the night before and it's time to check these nets, and I have to admit I'm not holding on to any high expectations. I'll be surprised if I catch as many as one yabby in these nets today. That float has unwound and what's it done? Right, have I caught one? I actually have. Would you look at that, I've caught 2. I've caught 3. That's 3 more than I was expecting to catch, and they're all quite small. It's 3 more than I thought I'd catch. You've gone the wrong way, mate. Well, 3 in the first net, and I actually had better expectations from that net than I did this net. So maybe there's more than 3 in that net. Let's go find out. Right, now if there was 3 in that net, then that surely must mean there's going to be 4 or 5 in this net. Out of the current, near those snags, a bit deeper. And one shrimp. One shrimp and no yabbies. That is a freshwater shrimp, or some people call it a freshwater prawn, and is one of the best baits for Murray cod, redfin and yellowbelly that you'll find. And I can think of a lot of way better places to catch shrimp than here, because I only caught one. Right now in the Ovens River you can catch 20 of them in about 10 minutes in the collapsible bait traps. Well folks, this is how I find my spots, my fishing spots and my yabbying spots, through trial and error. Is this spot any good? Well, not really. But then again, it looks like there could be a bit of a slower bit of water up there, so maybe there's a deep pool up there, and that might be somewhere else for me to try and see whether it's a good spot or not. It's all trial and error, and on this case, well, I found yabbies, but not very many. After checking my nets earlier this morning, I filmed a closing scene and was content with only catching a few yabbies, but then I thought, I reckon I need to go downstream and find somewhere that's a little bit deeper on the creek. So I'm down here near the soccer oval out at South Wangaratta in the same creek, the 15 Mile Creek. And I found some slower and hopefully a little bit deeper water. That's much deeper water. Awesome. Now this one can go just upstream here a little bit, just so that they're not in the exact same spot. They're about 15 metres apart. Right, now both nets are in. I'll come and check them later on. The only thing I am a bit concerned about, I can see what looks to be carp swimming around up there, and I thought I saw one over here as well. If there's carp here, that might reduce the chances of there being many yabbies in here, but only time will tell. If I can catch them upstream where the water's faster and shallower, well then surely I can get them where it's a bit slower and deeper. Let's check them a bit later. Righto, it's the morning after. These nets have been in all night. Where's the string? What has the night delivered? I've got a bit of a good feeling about this. I reckon there's going to be 8 or 9 in here. Or 1. I got 1. Maybe my good feeling was a little bit too good. He's not a very big yabby, but he will do. Well, if the last spot was 1, I reckon this is the better of the spots. I'll call 3, based on 1 in the last net. Oh, heaps. There is about a dozen or more. How's that 1 in the other net? Down here in this deep bank there's quite a few. They're big enough to eat, but they're certainly not monsters. Wow, that was better than I thought. Checking for eggs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 medium-sized yabbies, and the drumsticks can go back in the water to feed the rest. So I caught 14 medium-sized yabbies there, that'll do. I kept 14 medium-sized yabbies. They're just big enough for a feed. I know they're not monsters, but I rarely do catch yabbies any bigger than that in the flowing water. Even in the main Ovens River, you never catch really big yabbies. The big ones seem to be in the really dirty dams. Anyway, this was successful. Thank you very much for watching.